Hello everybody. So now we are going to play with servos on our Wukong expansion board with the microbit. And I have two different kinds of servos. Technically I have three because I have a continuous rotation servo, but it plugs into the motor port. Now some continuous servos, you have to pay attention to when you're buying servos. There are 180-degree servos, which turn from 0 to 180. There are 270-degree servos, which turn from 0 to 270. I don't have any of those. I just have the 180s. And then there are two different ones that are sometimes called 360. They're 0 to 360 and they turn from 0 to 360, but there's also 360 continuous rotation servos, which literally spin like a motor. I don't have any of those. I have one of those, but it has two wires. So it can only be plugged into a motor port. Some other continuous rotation servos do have three, and they would be plugged into a servo port. So you got to pay attention when you're buying 360s. Are you buying a 360 just angles or a 360 continuous rotation? So there are our servos. One of the nice things about this Wukong board is it has a set of servo pins, which is getting 5 volts because servos like 5 volts. Here's my cables. They just gonna plug in. Pay attention to colors. Usually orange or yellow are the signal, and red is power, and then brown, black, green tend to be ground. So just make sure you plug them into the right place. Oh, you probably noticed I put some straws on my servo wings just to be able to see it a little bit better when it turns. Um, the Wukong gives us 8 servo ports, which is nice. These are not going to necessarily stand up in here, which can be a pain. Come on, there we go. And these aren't necessarily going to stay on. Alrighty. We all in screen. We're good enough in screen. We can see how we connected. We are connected. So let's go to makecode. Again, we're in makecode. We need to go get that extension for Wukong, for the Wukong board. There it is. Bring it in. It's going to drop in 2 new sets of blocks, one for the neopixels that are on the board and other neopixels you want to add, and one that does with the lights. It's got some lights underneath. It's got the motor plugs and then servos. And then if you have a continuous rotation servo. This is a nice set of code because, and let's actually bring it in so we can see it better. You can tell it that you have a 270 or a 360. If you only use the pin set of code for servo, let's put it up here in forever, it doesn't understand 270. You kind of have to, or 360. It only understands 180. You have to kind of map your servo to it, which there is a mapping thing here. But it's much better to have this nice little block of code that says, hey, I've got a 180 servo, or hey, I've got a 270 servo. And then it just understands straight from what you tell it to do. So we're going to get rid of that. I like to, on start, set my servos to 0 or some number that I know where they are. Let's go with, so I've got servos on pin 0, 1, and 2. I'm going to set them to 0. And then I'm going to, when I press button A, I'm just going to move my servo. I do want to pause in between because I want to move my servo twice. First, I want to move it to 90 degrees. And you notice this bar can go up pretty high. The bar can go up to 360. I want to pause for more than that. I'm going to pause for half a second. And then after it pauses, I want it to go to 180. Now, The less expensive servos are not necessarily really precise. They don't always go to 180 or 90. So you got to be aware. That's part of what spending money on servos is about. That you get not only higher torque, but you get better precision. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to do a button B press. And that's going to be for the servo that's on number 1. And then I'm going to copy that. And I'll do a B and A, or A and B press. That'll be for the servo on 2. I mean, so this is how you code servos. However, whatever you need to control them, whether it's a button or a distance sensor. I mean, that's all here. And then you just have a set of servo blocks. So now I need my microbit. And I'm going to plug my microbit into my computer. And you might notice it's got down, because now the download is different. Again, it's nice if you can connect your microbit to straight download to it. So there we go. We're downloading. Oh, something I didn't do. I don't know. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I like to know the program is running. So sometimes I'll put a little, just, hey, show me one icon or something. Or make a sound. Beep at me. That'd be good, because we've got music here, right? And it's got a speaker. Let's do that one. Let's just beep. Play tone. I don't know. Yeah, let's play a quick tune. Let's play a quick tune. Let's get rid of that. I don't want to throw it away because I want to grab the bottom of it. Okay, now I can throw away that. So, hey, when we start, play that. Awesome. Okay, now download that. Yeah, the emulator's going to keep trying to play it. Oh, now my microbit's going to play it because I loaded it. Stop. Everybody stop. All right, downloaded. All right, so plug the microbit in. Which way does it go? It goes this way. Turn on. So there was a little sound there. My servos are at 0. Oh, why did they just turn? That was interesting. Oh, no, now they're at 0. Okay. Alrighty, are you going to stand up? Okay, I got to move you over here, huh? Okay. So we're going to, oh, you can't see what's happening because I didn't go to the webcam. Now we are. Okay. So well, it's not going to help to reset to 0 because they already turned to 0, but they are all facing 0. And this puppy just doesn't want to stand up for me. Nor does it want to. Yeah, try and use that. It's not going to be happy with the 180. Alrighty, so here we go. Press A. So that went to 90 and it went to 180. Press B. 90 and 180. Press A and B. Oh, why did it go all the way to 180? Oh, what did I do in the code? Silly me. Did I do something silly with the code? A and B. No, it should have gone to 90 and 180. Huh. Alrighty, let's come back. Webcam. Well, let's reset. Oh, it's trying to play through the whole song. Okay, press A. Pretty quick, right? Press B. Now press A and B. It's not pausing at 90. Interesting. It does a little pause. Interesting. I have to, troubleshoot that. But, I mean, that's how you connect servos. That's what to pay attention to when you're buying them. And that's how you code them. So, get some servos on your thing and have some fun.